So it just was helping people, helping others.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of people watching right now, and just let me remind the viewers then, I'm with Rymir, and many of you have heard of his story. It's been in the news recently, and he's an absolute gentleman. He's a family guy. He's got
Yes, I am. I
good
love my
moral
family to death.
values. Yeah, and we're gonna get to the bigger picture regarding that. So, at what age then did you start to question, who your parents could be,
Well, I wouldn't say
father
I
was?
started to question it, but I said around like 7, maybe 6. And I think it started at 6, and my mom was just telling me that my father wasn't my father. But as a kid, I really didn't look too much into it because I was a kid and I honestly didn't know what she was talking about. But I did hear her, as I got older, 7, 8, 9, 10, and she continued with the same story. My mom wasn't crazy. She gave us everything. She'd give a if she said give your life up for your kids right now, it wouldn't take a second for her to give her life up. She was just a lovely person. Like everyone who knew my mom, she get the shirt off her back. She was so supportive, and it's just like I'm like, as I got older, 13, 14, I really wasn't trying to look at it because I had my little brother and my family, and it wasn't like I had a bad life, or I was just, I had ups and downs just like everybody. But I didn't try to look at it as I got older, and my mom just continued to say the same thing, and she never changed the name. Like, she always was staying with the same name. I'm like, well, why? Like, as I got to 16, 17, I'm like, Mom, this you've been saying this since I was a kid. So it's like now my mom never lied to me, so why not believe her? She did nothing to hurt me, or she never was not there for me or didn't support me, so why not support her? So I looked at it as, well, Mom, if this is what you truly believe, let's go fight it. Like, if this is your decision, I'm gonna stand behind you. Like, I'm gonna stand behind you whatever you do. Like, and I think anybody should do that with their parents. So we just fought it. Like, it was never to chase anyone or make anyone feel like we just trying to come up with a plan to take your money. I don't want your money. I'm not. That's not what I'm here for. I'm really here to just find the truth out. And it seemed like that was just so hard to do in these courts. Like, these courts are not here for us. They're not. They say they're here to support the truth, and they want to find out the truth and justice and all, but they're not doing that. And for us to pay all our tax dollars and believe that everyone in these court systems are doing the correct thing is just we already know it's just crazy. So we know that it's a lot of things that need to be fixed in our system, and if we don't fix it now, it's going to continue. They're going to continue to do what they want and let these, the now I ain't gonna just say the rich, but it seemed like the rich get away with more than others that don't have the money to get away with these things. There's too many loopholes in our system, allowing these people just to get away with fraud, and we need to stop it. Like, I'm here for the community. I'm here for the world. This is not just about me. If I gotta fight for all of us, I will. But I won't let the court systems just walk over me. I won't let Jay-Z and no, I won't let no one just walk over me and tell me something because y'all just saying this. I want the truth. And if we can't go to the Supreme Courts, the regular courts, to find out the truth, what are they here for?
Yeah, all right. We'll get to the legal things that you've been through, the battles. But before that, so in my mum's case, then, when she was a teenager, she went to the doctor, and the doctor said to her, "Do you know you are adopted?" And she had no idea. Her
Wow.
parents hadn't told her. I mean, her parents were amazing, wonderful people, the ones who'd adopted her, but they
Yes.
wanted to protect her and not have anxiety and insulate her from all of that because her mom had a real natural mom hadn't want to give her up. She'd been jilted at the altar, and the Catholic Church told her that you will burn in hell if you have a baby out of wedlock. You got to give the baby up. So she was forced to give the baby up. So when my mum went to the doctor and they said, "Do you know you're adopted?" Her head just exploded. I mean, she just went back home and her life was never the same
I
again.
know that was had to be wild for her. I know
Yeah.
that
So
had to
my
be an experience that your mother shouldn't even had to go through. I understand it happened, but I know that had to be something that just like you said, our head exploded, shot. It's just, I believe it's just so. I believe that no child should have to go through this. No person should have to go through this. If we have, all the tools we need to find out the truth, why is the government hiding this from us? Why they can't do it for us?
so my question for you is, On your journey as you're getting older,
Yes.
where was your head at when you started to think about these things?
I would say I was lost. I was lost, but as I said, I got a strong support system. So it's like I lost it for a minute, not like kind of going crazy or anything, but I just had a lot of questions to ask myself, and I got kids, so I want to be the best father I can be for my kids, and always want to be supportive to them, and I hate lying to them. So it's like at certain things when your kids ask, it's only you only can tell them the truth to an extent because you don't even know. So it's like this was bigger for me than any person. And my mom, with her not being here, it just fueled me to go harder. You know, I know there's something she would want it and something she fought for. So it's like I'm fighting for it too. It's nothing wrong with trying to find out the truth. So it just made me, lose it for a second, but I gained back and just worked and got around family and we did a little camping. I love going camping, fishing with my son. Um, just got back to a good space. That's it.
Okay, so how old were you then when you were told the story of how your mom met Jay-Z?
I was, I would say, officially, probably I would say like a 10 or 11. She told me when I was like 6 who my father was, but when she fully started telling me stories, I guess when I could better understand as I got older, it was really like 10 or 11. Then that's when she started telling me like, Rod, this is your person, this is your dad, and showing me little pictures that she did have of him and little clips and little videos that she had. And far as like I'm talking about like little music videos he had, I guess back out back in the days, and little clips, I guess, from shows, whatever. It's just this was little. I was so young, I didn't fully understand, but I watched them and I listened to my mom, and I just continued with life because I'm a kid. Like you want to hear these things, but I don't. You don't want to hear these things, so it's like I listen, but I kind of try to block it out. I try like blocked it out a little bit.
And did you reach a point over the years where you wanted to reach out and say hi?
Yes, as I got older, I thought that it would be a good idea to, try to have a relationship or at least try. At least I can say I tried on my part. I did reach out. My mom signed a letter. You know, it was, they seemed cooperative at the beginning, but then it just start going to the left. I guess nobody was communicating no more, and it just was all court action.
And what was the story that was told to you as to how your mom had met Jay-Z?
Basically, my mom was at a show and she was with a friend. And I know, I guess her and her friend stayed to after the show. He was doing little signings and little autographs and stuff like that. I guess he wasn't too big, but I guess females, when the show is over, you can sign little autographs and stuff like that. Talk to the people who perform. She said she went up there and with her and her friend, and they start talking. I guess wound up leaving with them. He took them to some apartment building, and they did what they did in there. Talked a little bit, had a good time, party, and I guess had sex. 'Cause, I can't fully talk as my mom because I'm not my mom. I'm just telling you guys what she told me. It was just, and I honestly just believe her. It's just no doubt in my mind that I believe her. My mom wouldn't just make something up like that, and it's been no challenge to say that my mom was telling no type of fraud, no type of lie. Nobody ever said anything to me. All right, well, I don't know your mom. I don't know who your mom is. This is a lie. Never got anything. So why wouldn't I believe my mom? Like, we could have been settled this, and it only takes a conversation and some words. I'm not a hateful guy. I don't hate anyone. I'm not after nobody. I'm not trying to see no one downfall. But this is just some things that just went through court, and they just expected me to just sit there and just take what they were saying. I can't do that because I can't because you got to have the truth. You got to have proof. You guys are working off of fraud and collusion with different lawyers, like a paternity test and all this is years later, fraud and collusion, putting liens on people's houses. Like, why is all this happening? If this is such a lie, or someone is creating a story and they want 15 minutes of fame or whatever you guys want to say it is, but why I don't have time for this. I work every day. I work hard for my family. Everything I got, I worked hard for it. I will continue to work. I've been through school. I don't have no felonies. I'm not crazy and none of that. It's like I just want the truth, and it's so hard to get it from the courts. And seems like Jay Z don't want to say anything. So, I don't want to see him go down for something that you could have just got taken care of. That's it.
So the first time you reached out, then, did you just have hopes that you would be accepted?
Well, I honestly didn't know. I just was reaching out just to see, had that conversation. Is this, my mom been telling me this? Is this true? Let's talk about it. If not, I could go my way and live my life, but just not saying anything. That's just, I think that's kind of ignorant.
And how old were you again at that point?
When my mom first sent a letter, I was 16.
So you were 16 when you first reached out. And who did you reach out to?
Well, I didn't reach out to him. My mother, she actually wrote the letter. She reached out to Jay Z and his team. She sent, and my godmother helped. They sent him a letter basically saying we can talk privately and have a private conversation and basically have a sit down.
And had they agreed to that then?
No.
Did you get any response?
Yeah, we got a response, but it wasn't about no sit down. It was just basically asking questions, stating like who your mom was in the car with and things of that sort. Do she remember what type of car it was and like stuff like that? Who was the person that was
So
driving?
so when you got a response like that, did you feel disheartened, or did you think this is they're probably just doing the job? This kind of thing probably they get a lot of weird people contacting them.
Yeah, I felt like I don't know. Honestly, I had mixed feelings, but I felt like they were trying to block the truth. I can't. I wouldn't say block the truth, but they wasn't trying to never solve the problem. It was never trying to get. My whole thing was getting a problem solved. I didn't never want to see nobody, throwing shots at another person for something that we could have got taken care of privately. I'm not that type of person, and people could think what they want, but I never wanted this to, harm anyone. We really could have got this done, and he knows this the truth. The team knows this, that we sent letters. We've been fighting for years and years, and someone should know that we're not fighting no fraud. Like, they've been using things in these courtrooms to drag it out and creating narratives that don't exist. And this could have been over with. That's all I'm saying is that when you treat people like that and you expect someone to just sit there and take it, it's just you get what you get.
Yeah, it's got to be really frustrating. All right, so let's just go slowly over the years. What happened with the legal situation? So you're 16, you reach out, they send this, response asking all these questions, trying to basically shut you guys down. What happened next after that in terms of communication?
Well, it was very lack of communication. We was basically talking, I guess, to his team. It was never directly to him, so it was always someone from his team or representing him. And after that, it was really just all court action. Like, let's just go to court, go on different states to go to court. Things is just dragging it out. They trying to dismiss cases and we making us file again about the same thing. It's just it was just all craziness that could have really been taken care of. Our legal system is, and I'm not talking about our whole legal system. Don't get me wrong. It is some great people in our legal system, but the ones that's not doing their job, like, you guys really need to check and get these people out of there because it's so much going on in the legal system. Like, these guys are overlooking things. They're letting lawyers lie, then come and these lawyers are saying, "Oh, we did lie. We didn't know he had properties." But yeah, come on, man, it's just too much going on. You guys are letting them. get away with murder, basically, because if these guys don't got to come in here and abide by the law, why should we?
It's corrupt as hell, and if you've got money, you can certainly play the system. That's what I've seen. But all right, so going back over it more slowly, then you know you reached out, and then it got shut down, and then it went into the court system. How did it enter the court system? Who initiated that, and how old were you at that point?
I think I was still 16, going on to 17. Who initiated that was my godmother and my mom. It was started in Philadelphia, but my godmom got legal custody over me. I guess when my mom started getting sick, she opened the case back up in New Jersey.
Yeah, that was really heartbreaking when I was listening to your interview. You know about your mum passing, and condolences
Yeah,
there. Definitely, it
yeah,
must.
that's my love right there. I love my mom to death.
Yeah, you've been through a lot. So it enters the court system, and that first thing that was filed then, what happened after that?
All fighting in court. I'm not a lawyer. I wish I could really tell you guys all the details